for 5 with Sarah. Today we're going to be decluttering my house, getting ready for the new school year and all the holidays coming up. And so let's get started. Okay, so I am going to start off by using this little basket. Going to go around my house and find items that I definitely no longer serve in their purpose in my life. They just need to get out of it. So also, real quick tip, one of my biggest motivators for me is having exactly why I want to get this certain task done. And so I want to declutter so that as I'm bringing in the holiday season and stuff, there is less for me to worry about. And the thing is, I'm just going to get rid of stuff that doesn't really make sense in my house. So let's get started. All right, so the first thing that I'm going to pass on are items that I have been holding around but that are not mine. So I have these baking pans that I borrowed from my mother. I'm going to make sure to get back to her this weekend. And I'm also going to return a card game that I borrowed from my brother. So moving on, I actually have 2 containers from some items that I have used up, and I always like to hurry and look around and okay, is this something that I would be able to benefit from? Like if I didn't already have a flour container, I could definitely use one of these and it would work a lot better than leaving it in the bag because it has a really good lid. But because I already have containers for those, I'm going to recycle those. So next I have this little car that my daughter has loved pushing around and trying to sit in it, but it also has been something that after she plays with it for a couple minutes, she doesn't really want to play with it anymore, and it also has become something that she likes to pick up and try and hit people with. So we're just going to pass this on because she has plenty of other toys that she absolutely loves, and we're going to pass this on to someone else who could actually benefit from it. All right, and next I decided to go through some cards that I had, and so I decided to pass on the ones that I didn't really want to use or I didn't see myself using. So I'm going to pass those on. And then I also had some clips that I didn't foresee myself needing anymore. I'm also going to pass those on. All right, and then next I'm going to be passing on some gift bags that I no longer need. I also have a mini tumbling tower game that I'm going to pass on, and I put it in a bag just because the pieces like to fall out, so I'm going to pass this on as well. All right, and then moving on, I dug into my wallet and found any coupons, receipts, old cards, anything that I no longer needed in my wallet, and I decided to free up some space. And I was able to find some receipts that I no longer needed, so I'm just going to recycle those as well as some coupons. So now I have officially cleaned out my wallet. All right, so next we have some textbooks that we no longer need as well as a manual, so we are just going to get rid of those. Next, my daughter got to some of these little sticky notes and she had a ball with them, but I no longer want them or need them, so I'm just going to recycle those and note for next time not to leave my sticky notes down. That was my bad. And then I'm also going to pass on this cute little container. Moving on, I have this adorable family sign that I got from Dollar Tree a couple years back, and I no longer have a place for it anymore, and I also no longer need it, and it is just something that is now no longer serving its purpose, so I'm just going to pass it on. All right, and next I'm going to move on to my closet and hurry and take out a couple items that I no longer want as well. Couple more items that I pulled out was this cute little container. I wanted to be super crafty and ended up deciding not to do what I was planning on anymore, so I'm going to pass this on. Oh, and also, excuse my little cup up here. It is just my water cup, and that's where I keep it a lot of the time when I'm drinking, just because that's the last place it was, is on the couch. Okay, so anyways, moving on, I have this mini Christmas tree that I'm going to pass on. And then I also have 2 magazines that I'm going to get rid of as well. All right, and now I'm going to continue, and I'm actually going to use this container that I have as well to put in items that I'm going to get rid of, except I am not getting rid of the container. But yeah, let's continue on. So in our electronics, we have this brand new mouse, and we haven't used it, and we don't really plan to use it anytime soon. So we're going to pass this on to hopefully someone who can actually use it. And then moving on, we also have this little strap that we don't use, and we like to just use the handles on this certain bag. So we're going to pass this on as well. And then we also have these little protectors. My daughter likes to pull these off, and this is what protects her from getting her on corners. So I'm trying to figure out a better way. All right, and next we have this little pillow to our hammock, but we never blow up the pillow and we never plan to. And so it's just another item, so we decided to get rid of the pillow. Next we have this little antenna where we found something that works a lot better, so we're going to get rid of this. Then we also have a little case that we're going to get rid of as well that carries some headphones. Alright, and next we have a couple, I have like a screw and another piece I have no idea what it goes to, and so I'm just going to get rid of these now, just because they can be a choking hazard, and also when they are in storage, I'm never going to remember them, and then they seem to just last forever and ever and ever. And then as items start to seem to accumulate, and then I have a million items that I have no idea what they go to, so I'm going to get rid of these. All right, next I went to my electronic bin and I found some little manuals that I no longer need, and then I also found 2 little cases that I don't need. And then next I have this cute pair of sunglasses that my daughter broke. I was so sad when she broke them. She was so cute in them, but they were $1 a pair of glasses, and that's why we don't buy expensive sunglasses, people. So kids break them, but it's fine. So moving on, I decided to change where my jewelry was kept, which was just in this clear, like half broken container. So I'm going to get rid of this. And then I also have this diaper paste that I no longer use. It's almost empty, and I actually have one that I started using, and this one is probably bad now, so I'm just going to get rid of this one too. All right, and moving on to my fireplace mantle, I had these cute little dolls up there, and I ended up trying to decorate, and I think something got pushed, and this doll, I don't want to show you, her head is like not attached to her, and so I'm going to actually get rid of that, as well as the 2 that are still intact, and I'm going to pass these on to my mom just because I feel like I don't really want to have a bunch of breakable things around. I can still fill that space with something that I love, but something that's not going to get broken quite as easily. And then I also have a little statue of Jesus that I'm going to be passing on to her as well. So I have a hand sanitizer that has expanded that I'm going to toss. And then I also have an old filter that I just barely changed. It's been about 2 years since I've had my vacuum, so I just changed the filter out. And then I also have this box I'm going to use as a storing method, but I'm just going to get rid of it, maybe recycle it, just because I don't need it anymore. All right, moving on, I have a couple of outfits that I no longer want that I'm going to be passing on. And then I also have some shoes that I'm going to be passing on as well. There are 2 pink ones. I don't actually know where it went, but I do know I have the other one. So I'm going to be passing those on. I'm going to find the match to that shoe, and then I'm going to be passing those on. Okay, and I have these little rubber band bracelets that I made, and I don't think I'm actually going to wear these specific ones anymore, so I'm just going to pass these on. It was such a fun craft to do, but I don't foresee myself really wearing them, so I'm going to pass these on. And then I also have this clear vase that I'm going to be passing on as well. Hats. These bubbles, we have a bigger container of bubbles that my daughter loves just because it makes it so we can blow a lot more bubbles at once, and we generally use that one, and then this way we can pass this on to my niece. I'm going to pass them on to her. All right, and then the last thing that I'm going to quickly declutter today, I recently decided that I want to have a little bit cleaner products in my home and just items that don't really have a huge fragrance. I still have some, so I have a couple of Mrs. Meyer's just because I absolutely love the scent of those, but there are some cleaners that kind of just smell like chemicals to me, and I feel like I can almost feel like I'm inhaling them. So I'm going to pass some of my products on, or just maybe I didn't like them for different reasons. So I'm just going to quickly show you what I have, and I'm going to show you a quick overview. Okay, so I have some different cleaners, my toilet bowl cleaner, as well as some dish soap that I'm just going to pass on just because I like what I'm using right now, and a couple of different items. I'm just going to pass them on. I am going to go through and quickly recycle and throw away some items as well. All right, and so hopefully this video was able to give you guys some motivation. A couple quick tips. First of all is if you guys have a ton of items and you don't actually know where to start, I would suggest starting with items that are super easy to kind of identify whether or not you really need it, because then you can be able to gain that confidence, and also being able to have the right mindset, keep my items to the items that I absolutely love, that I would love to see in my next house. And if it's not something that I foresee myself keeping in like 5 years, if it's not important to me, then I don't think there's any good reason to hold on to it. So I just would rather pass it on. Also, get together with your girlfriends, decide to do a DI swap and bring out clothes and different items that you no longer need, do a quick swap, and then do a quick drop off, and then have all of those items cleared out, donate it, and get them out of your home. Anyways, I hope that this video was able to give you guys the motivation to be able to clean and declutter and get these items out of your home in preparation for the holidays. And I hope that everything is going well with you guys, and I hope that as the school year progresses that you guys do great. And I love you all. Hope you all are doing great, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.